Welcome back to the CSF channel. What's the date, Simo?
Oh, please don't ask.
Don't ask? Okay, well, I'll tell everybody it's October 7th, and I guess we're now getting down to the last 25 days. That's about what we have left before SEMA. I hope you guys have been enjoying the episodes. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you click the subscribe button. And thanks again to SSF, European Auto Parts, for all the support with us, putting this together. And thanks to the guy behind the camera, our buddy RJ from Fresh Media, for the excellent quality and all the content that's coming out. Every day, you guys are grinding, putting in 10, 12, 14 hours. There's a lot of work that's been done since the last time you guys saw it. We actually have a special addition to the build that just showed up from our good friend Brad at Kinsler. So let's go open this up. We haven't seen this yet. Simo, why don't you explain what this is and what's underneath?
Yeah, this is an 04 GT3 intake plenum, and it's obviously a water-cooled car, but these plenums can be used on the air-cooled cars. So we cut up the plenums, we welded in the Wiggins clamps on them. We ground out all the casting and brackets and ears off of it. Then we polished it, then we media blasted it and Cerakoted it. So this was the result, and it now matches all the rest of the Cerakote on the car.
So, Simo's probably got a good 20 hours, him and his team here at SV Auto, on this plenum that was supposed to fit on our 3.9 liter engine. Brad at Kinsler, a little devil on my shoulder, he hits me up 2 weeks ago and he says, hey, we now have a billet intake plenum that we would love to have on your car. Obviously no one's giving away billet parts for free, and I was like, geez, are we really gonna do this? After all the work that went into this beautiful plenum, Simo and I talked about it. We said, this is one of those builds for the ages. If we can do it, let's do it. Overnighted yesterday, just showed up today.
An hour ago.
Yeah, an hour ago. So this is the beautiful billet plenum from Kinsler. Just showed up.
You notice how light it is?
It's so light.
This is lighter than the cast part by a lot.
So super light, CNC'd aluminum. We got the other side. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, the beautiful part of it is that the wall thickness is less than 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
It's really, really thin. I love the workmanship on it.
So this is your new Kinsler billet plenum. It's also got built-in Wiggins clamps adapters, so we're still gonna be able to do the same concept that we did initially. Thank you to Brad. Awesome that you sent this to us. Our plan now is to match what we've been doing with the other color aesthetics. So we are going to anodize it, and this front piece where the air filter element is, we're going to Cerakote it. So it's going to look really badass in the car, still match everything, and this is going to be some new wall art for my office. And like I said, I hate to see all the work and effort go through, not go on the car, but this thing is insane. So
yeah, I mean, it is expensive, but it's worth every penny. I mean, the quality of the workmanship is incredible. So thank you, Kinsler.
We've been trying to be tasteful with the interior and the cut up Goyard, canvas fabric that we've been using, and just putting it in some places so, it adds to the character of the car. Roger at Rogelio's has been doing a really good job, with some of the boutique, I guess you would call it stitching, for lack of better terms.
Yeah, it's hand stitched, and he left the Goyard right here on top, and it's a nice little touch on it. Then we have the door pocket pulls. So they'll go like so, and then the door pocket swings open. The bottom is Alcantara, then you have the aluminum plate that was Cerakoted, and then we have the Goyard armrest.
Simo, this is kind of how the whole door is going to sit.
Yep.
You got the pocket, the upper armrest.
Yeah, and this opens up, it swings open, and we'll get our little ceramic coated rings here soon from ceramic coating.
And then this is a ceramic coated speaker grill.
Yep.
So a machine speaker grill, which is pretty cool. It's not plastic. And we got this Cerakoted too. And then here is a nice touch that I think looks awesome is these are Goyard bags that actually came, they're little pouches that came with the larger bags that we bought. And we kind of said, how can we repurpose these into the vehicle? And we've made a nice little pouch. You'll be able to put your cell phone in here or whatever else you want. But the coolest thing that I think you and Roger came up with, you made this snap So you can actually take this with you.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you got your girl in the car, she wants to flex, she wants to ride around with her Goyard pouch, you can take this with you. It snaps right on. It's actually indented into the door, so it sits flush. Really looks awesome. So I just think it's a nice, tasteful addition to the door. Usually on doors, you know, with this being just smooth leather, you see a lot of lines, you see a lot of stitching, but this just lets it speak for itself. And I think it's, you know, it's a nice, tasteful look.
Yeah, it's a very clean and very simple design, but it has nice little touches of the Goyard here.
Well, the Goyard was my idea.
Yeah. The pocket was mine.
Yeah, pocket was his idea. Pocket on his idea, and then you guys really made the concept great with the snap buns on it. So that was cool.
It also has magnets. So these are the magnets, so they actually help too. And then the snaps are the security on it. It won't fall down.
It's fixed on there. So going around a turn with a lot of G's, it's going to stay on there. Okay.
That's right. I can see that happening.
There you go. Cool.
This is the steering wheel hub, and that goes right there in the steering shaft, and the steering wheel bolts right on it, and you'll have your Goyard right there on top.
Wow.
Also hand stitched by Roger. Beautiful work.
You know, this is going to be the door pull.
Yep.
As we're doing this, sometimes it doesn't fit exactly. So this one is slightly too thick this way and slightly too wide this way. So we're going to make some cool keychains and give it to the team. You know, we're going to have to redo these. Other parts that we've been starting to put together, you know, the window switches for the vehicle as well, which we're going to be either finding some billet ones that we can Cerakote, or we're going to be painting these. So, you know, right now, time crunch, you know, time is of the essence. So we're going to do the best we can, but still not cut any corners and still make it look, you know, as good as it can be, regardless of what direction we decide to go.
Yeah, always the last 10% takes 50%. It's the details, that's where it is.
Absolutely.
So we can show some of the more details right here in the front.
Let's go around.
So Eddie and Tito have finished the oil cooler mounting. It fits perfectly against the front bumper now. This, of course, is the new CSF front oil cooler. Absolutely beautiful.
Simo, you and I kind of explained how you guys cut out the front, so you get good airflow through, and now you can see it mounted up.
Yeah.
The air is going to go through, and it's going to go underneath the car. So you got to have good entry flow and exit flow when you're dealing with anything cooling. And you guys did a really good job engineering it. Not only that, but the Sibal fan brackets in the back, so you can pull some air. It looks really good. And over here, we got the AC condenser.
Yep, AC condenser is in the driver's side fender well. This is part of the ultra cool retro air electric air conditioning. Johnny Hart in England provided us the electric air conditioning, and it's right here in the famous smuggler's box. That's the compressor and all the computer controls for it. And the beauty of it is that now you don't have the large and ugly compressor. You don't really want to have like a race-spirited car that has a big compressor on it. So when you open the engine compartment here, you don't know that it has air conditioning. So that's the beauty of it.
Trunk setup in the front is really coming together. You have this awesome custom filler neck with super tight millimeter clearance to the brake booster area. You have this beautiful cron.
Wire harness,
wire harness, and then down here is our anti-gravity battery. As you have seen in our previous episodes, the super lightweight 1500 cranking amp battery. If you come around here, you'll actually see the built-in charger. So the battery's on there, the Wi-Fi tracker is on top, and the built-in charger is right there, allowing us to be able to, when we're going to charge it, it's just going to be a female to male plug.
Bulkhead,
And we don't need to do, red and black terminals, plugging on a battery like you traditionally would. So really cool. Thank you to Bart at Anti-Gravity Battery for always being a supporter of the CSF projects. Fits perfectly. You guys have done a great job here at SV Auto of just kind of putting it all together. One side's the AC condenser, and we're doing a dual oil cooler setup from my company, CSF. So you have our new RSR style, front mount bumper oil cooler, and then you have our right fender Carrera oil cooler that sits down here. The coolest thing about the oil cooler is the lines that we got from BMRS. This is a polymer flexible hose, super lightweight. This is their Pro Gold Series. Kevin over there from BMRS West was nice enough to fully sponsor the build. And I want to just show somebody what top of the line hose plumbing is all about. BMRS makes the absolute best hoses in the world.
There's no question about it. They're amazing.
You know, this is Porsche Motorsports uses them, top line, you know, rally trucks, WRC, everybody uses it. And there's a reason why you pay that price. This was a mock-up hose that you had given me, you know, just a sample. SEMA had given me mock-up hoses for the entire car. We took those to BMRS and they made them into their Pro Gold series. You can see the ID, how much more flow is in the BMRS versus, you know, a kind of a medium grade traditional type brand. It's super flexible, as I just showed you, and the radiuses are all open for maximum flow. You get what you pay for.
Yeah,
and BMRS is the best, and we're really happy to have them on this car. Thank you to them for helping us out with this project. You can only have a good oil cooler, but if the Achilles heel is the flow, you're gonna run into some cooling issues. So with the amount of plumbing from the front to the back that we have, having, you know, wide open flow is super important.
Yeah, we're a customer for life. We love them.
Yeah, BMRS is great.
The dash is coming together. We have the, if you start on the dash from that side, we have the Goyard panel there, and the panel around the key, that too has a Goyard trim panel that Roger made for us. And the steering column clamshell was done in Alcantara, and then the Goyard hub goes right over it. The steering wheel is on the way from Carbone. Hopefully we get that soon, we need it. Then the Goyard continues all the way across the dash.
Roger has done a meticulous job with lining up the pattern. I mean, even on the key ring, you can see, even though that dimensionally stands up higher than the dash, it still lines up perfectly. I mean, it's outstanding work.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We love it.
And you know, the idea to do all the Alcantara on the floor, on the seat rails, it's really coming out nicely. You know, every time I come by and see how much more work is going on to the project, you start to see more of it starting to flow and go up. It's really coming together nice.
Yeah, right here we're going to have the square weave wool carpets, and they're going to be flush into the indentation. So actually, you're not going to see any of this part here, but we decided that if you take the carpets out to clean them or whatever, you'll have a perfectly clean inside of the car. So this is just for a uniform, clean look.
It looks great, and you know, these are all those panels that we got from Lee at Street Fighter LA, fiberglass panels that have been wrapped in Alcantara, just giving it a more modern look to the car. You know, early 911s have so much open space in them. We kind of wanted to give it more of like a new GT3 style that it, you know, kind of fills up the space and hugs the driver and the passenger when they're in the vehicle.
Yeah, this is the new meets old concept right here.
Absolutely.
So it has more of a GT look in it.
I picked up all these parts this morning. My good friend Dominic made us these awesome titanium floorboards. He's now put a special heat treat on it to give it a little bit of the gold to raw look. He's put CSF 911, you know, engraved in the bottom. So we're leaving it in the plastic for now because we don't want to get our fingerprints on it. Over here are the pedals, the dead pedals, and he's even made us a nice custom badge for the dash. Real big thank you to Dominic. You know, he really came through with helping us out on this project. All he wanted was radiator caps for life. So I've traded him, and he's basically going to be getting custom radiator caps for me, and that's where we're going to do it. Here's the custom titanium exhaust welded in-house by Tito here at SV Auto. We decided not to electronically color this. We're actually gonna let nature do its course. Since it's so close to the GT3 muffler, it's just gonna grab all the color naturally, and it's gonna be a cool look over time.
Yeah, I think it's going to have a really nice transition as you're going to be speeding on the highways.
Yep.
They will get nice yellow look on it.
That plenum we just showed you is going to be sitting right on top of here. Hopefully in the next week, that's going to be all buttoned up.
Yep, we need to, I'm going to be taking it to anodizing today. And as soon as it's anodized, we can start bolting it on.
Perfect. And we actually have Beau Brown, the tuner, coming on Saturday to do the first startup of the car. So, you know, that's really exciting. We've gotten to that point, you know, after all the hard work, after all the sourcing of parts, building the engine, to get close to doing startup this weekend is pretty cool. Yeah,
the transmission oil is already in. The engine oil is going to be, as soon as we finish hooking up the oil lines, the engine oil is going to go in, and we have 10 gallons of gasoline there.
Wow. So it's all coming together, Simo. He hates when I say the date because he knows it's crunch time, but it is October 7th. You know, we got 23 more days in November, and pretty much the car's got to be loaded up and on the way to Vegas. Things that you're not seeing today that we've been working on is the barrels were polished and the centers are done. Rotiform is now assembling the wheels.
Yeah.
Mike from Stanceworks is finishing up the center hub conversion. And we just dropped off all of the carbon fiber molds for the front lip, rear diffuser. Those are now at our good friend Alberto. And he's told me, hey, 3 weeks they'll be back. So, you know, these final last pieces, along with the parts that are at Carbone in Poland, are all gonna be coming back. Typical SEMA car time, just in time.
Crunch time.
Yeah, crunch time. So we are getting close, but I think we're feeling good about it. I'm not stressed. You don't seem to be stressed. Or if you are stressed, you're not showing it, you know? So we're getting there, and we're really excited to show you what happens next week.
I think we'll be fine as long as all the parts come when promised.
Yes.
We'll be fine.
Yes, so we definitely have some integral key components, you know, like headlights, taillights, things that you can't start the car with. And,
or wheels.
Or wheels, you know, so, and we're getting some last minute things on the brakes. So yeah, these are key large components that we're waiting for, and they'll make it. And you know, stay tuned next week. You know, make sure to subscribe so you see the notification on when the next episode drops. We're releasing episodes every Friday all the way up until SEMA and more after that. Follow along with the car. Thanks again to Simo at SV Auto and his team here. And we'll be back next week with more updates.
Santana.
How you doing, brother?
How you doing?
All right.
Wow.
That's the last piece. Do the final fit and be ready for paint.
Looks great, Mike.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
All right, let's see how we're doing here. The final check before the paint.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, this side is good.
Wow.
Right on here.
Yeah, looks good over here.
So this is handmade ducktail made by Perry's Metalworks in Upland. English wheel. A lot of work that went into it. But we wanted to make an all-metal car, so there's no fiberglass whatsoever, no fiberglass bumpers, no fiberglass ducktail. So that makes the car special. And Mike Santana's auto body has been perfecting the fit to this particular body, and it is perfect as always.
Yeah.
So
beautiful.
thanks, Mike. And now you can go and put the final paint on it.
All right.
We're opening the deep throat.
Getting ready.
It's time. November 2nd, baby.
Your favorite date.
Yes.
Are we ready for this, Ryan?
I think we're ready, dude. This is Beau Brown.
What's up, Beau Brown?
How's it going, guys?
Famous tuner.
Famous tuner.
Hearing a lot about you, brother.
Yeah.
Hopefully making some noise pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's been a whole year.
Has it? It's been that long?
Since January. Sorry.
Dang. Time flies, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a radio in this car, period. This is the best band in the world.
You don't have to pretend you're looking for something. No, I have a little. I got a little drop down there, so.
$49 PSI? That sounds right. See, because we want to calibrate it actually at 90 degrees, not. Oh, yeah, okay.
They're fully open at 90, right?
Yeah, it's Kinsler, so they did it perfectly already. Cool. Okay.
Oops. Jesus. Oh, man.
Ryan.
I got one job. Can I let go? Okay, full.
Alright, and then let off. And then pull again. Alright.
This is one build where I don't feel like I'm nervous. I'm not nervous at all.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm very confident. Very talented people on it.
I move them again.
Alright, go ahead.
I mean, my email.
Yeah, it just does like a quiver.
Like,
Do you want me to flip them on this end?
same thing was with
Yeah, so the reason why it does open is because it does a tracking fault and then it just tries to recalibrate, so it moves it both ways, which is why it happens to open.
Yeah.
But when it actually tries to drive them, it's
So this Deutsch right here
Okay.
is the motor servo.
okay.
So we can I'll have to cut it off, but
Yeah. Or can you do it the ECU?
yeah, but it's just the ECU stuffed in there,
Okay.
which I could do at the ECU pretty actually maybe easier.
Wondering if that would not involve cutting a boot, but
Yeah.
whatever you think. Just in the small chance that we do have to actually go back with the stuff to do that and then realize like, oh shit, it does need to be this way. But I mean, I don't see a way to reverse it. And like I said, every time I try to open it, it's going from 0 to like -2. It's like pulling it more closed. You get to know ahead of before.
Okay. And then we'll put those away when the engine's fired up and we're fun.
Kind of go a little crazy.
Oh, you're my hero.
Awesome. All right.
Is it better? Is it better?
It's way better. Yeah. I knew they were working. I just had to see it for myself.
Yeah.
I always geek out on that.
This one's good.
Lights. So that's the built-in
Pull the fuels out to see.
anti-gravity battery charger. And we're gonna have a plug on there, so you can just put an extension cord in the car.
Oh yeah. With the fuse and everything.
Because you guys integrated, I saw it in the video.
Yeah.
You guys built it all in.
It's getting a bulkhead connector underneath it, so all I have to do is just put an extension cord on it, and the car is in charge.
Okay.
If the engine is start, just let's kill it right away, and we just look around, and then we get it going again. And
Okay.
I don't want.
Yeah, so I tried to also set the throttle angle for start, but I set the rev limiter to 2,000 in case it tries to rev up or something.
Yeah,
that's good.
Because a few things like that are kind of
Yes.
Run it.
Yeah, so it starts to just kill it pretty much right away then.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just get an initial check and make sure it's not blowing oil out of some hole or
Right.
something.
Yeah, do I need to do anything? Just hit the key, right?
Yep.
That's it. All right.
Do it.
Clear. Oh.
Doesn't want to start.
It's alive.
Yeah.
And Robbie didn't even want to be here for it, huh?
I know, huh?
You know what? I'm starting to question his sanity.
Clear. Hey, my name is Beau Brown from BBR Tuning, and we're out here getting the CSF 911 going on a Motec M130 ECU. It's all wired up by Rywire at Rywire Motorsport Electronics. It's awesome working with a team like this. I mean, everything's just dialed in on the car. All the parts in the car are so nice, and this makes my life really easy when I can just show up and plug in, and within a few minutes have the thing running. I mean, it just often, realistically, doesn't go that way. So it was really exciting just to see the thing fire up and come alive with no issues. So super excited to get this thing in the dyno. This car has got a pretty interesting, unique setup going on. Basically, it has two electronic throttle motors that are designed and manufactured by Kinsler. They're really nice pieces. Super high-end stuff, really nice motorsport grade parts. They're really fast responding, very powerful motors. So it does take a little bit of time to get them all set up and calibrated properly in the ECU, since we do have quite a bit of sensors for each bank and independent motors. But we had a couple little issues. We had to invert the wiring in the motors just because it's going to depend on, you know, if it's a left or right bank side. Once we got that straightened out, we calibrated all the sensors, and the thing just fired right up, and the motors are just working fantastically. They basically have about half the response time of most other motors I've seen. In this case, you know, a shorter time is better, meaning that they open extremely fast. So the throttle response is going to be essentially as good as it could ever be, as good as any cable throttle engine. So it's going to have all the advantages of a drive-by-wire electronic throttle system with none of the drawbacks. It's still going to feel like an old school cable throttle, individual throttle engine with instant throttle response.
It's perfect.
That was me trying to kill it, but perfect at 6.
Yeah, right at 6.
We should retire now.
First shot. I'm happy. It runs perfect. Love the sound of the idle. I love it. It's amazing. It's a great point at this build, and it's testament to the amazing work that everybody has done. Fabian built an amazing motor. Eddie has done amazing work, and Ryan, Rywire, amazing, phenomenal work, and of course Beau. He's a genius, so this is awesome. Very happy.
Clear.